Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Options Mentor. I think we can all agree that the market has been quite erratic lately. We've had some huge moves in the S&P, just giant 200 points at certain points during the futures, over 100 points during the day. A lot of very chaotic situations in the options market and the S&P in general. And this often happens in the summer, particularly in August. You can see some pretty crazy moves because volume gets really low. And whenever you then inject low volume with high volatility, which we're having now with the VIX at 20, and it's been as high as, what was it, 60, 65 or something. So at any moment, we can have these big moves because if you have some big news come out on low volume, that really propels the market strongly in one direction or another, and often in two different directions in the same day. So let's take a look at this chart here, and we can just see what I'm talking about. This is in SPY, which of course is an ETF that trades based on the S&P, but it trades like a stock. And we can see this big moves, big gaps. So I'm going to talk today about a option spread that's often misunderstood, but it can be very useful in these environments. And that is the back ratio spread. A lot of times I have happened where there's a huge move. The morning of the huge move, people will ask me, hey, Mark, should we put on a back ratio here? Well, really, unless you expect another huge move, no. I mean, it's not to put on after the move. You want this on before the big move. Now, sure enough, sure, if you had a big move and you expect more of them, then you could consider it. But you don't want to do this just in response to big moves. You want to do it when you think one's going to happen. Now, what's a big move? Well, in something like SPY, I would say 5, 6 points or more. SPX, probably 50, 60, 70, 80 points. And the thing with this trade, though, is it is expensive to put on. In the SPX, if you just did the 2x3, which is a ratio that does work very well in SPY and the SPX, and also in ES if you like to trade futures. I usually always use selling 2, buying 3, around 50 points wide, and I do like 12 to 18 days out in time. And this trade can work for you, but you need to be in it a short period of time. So on your screen here, you're seeing a SPY the back ratio that I just set up based on Friday's closing number of 53.44. And I just went up to, excuse me, that was SPX's closing number. SPY's closing number was 532.99. So I went up to 540. I sold 2 of those and I bought 545, which is 5 points higher. I bought 3 of those, took in $1.57 credit, and it's $1,000 trade. So this trade would cost you about $950, or sorry, $850. And in SPX, this would be probably around $8,500. But the thing about it is, you're not, even though it may cost you a lot of money to put on, you're not going to lose that immediately. To really lose big, big money in these, you need to be in it closer to expiration, when you get out in here in what we call the sea of death. But the idea is you put this on, and over the next day or two, if SPX moves up hard, look what happens if it moves up like 7 points here, where you're going to make money. And if it moves down 7, the same thing. So that's the idea. You get your gain and you get out. I don't do these with a percentage in mind, like, hey, I want to get 10% and get out. You don't do that. You want to put this trade on and you want to get out when the move happens. So let's say you put this trade on tomorrow. Maybe you thought Tuesday. By the way, Tuesday is the PPI and Wednesday is the CPI. Those can cause big moves. So what if you put this on tomorrow afternoon, late in the session for Tuesday, and then we get a big move off of the PPI, which is an inflation number, of course. And then Tuesday morning at the open, maybe we open up 6 or 7 or down 6 or 7. Just take it off right there. Don't hang around, because if you do it on the upside, a lot of times volatility will drop further because the news is out. And if it drops, this is a negative Vega or positive Vega trade, So volatility dropping would be negative on your position. And if it goes down, the reason I want to get out, even though there's no fear down here of volatility going against you, in fact, it would probably help you. The thing is, with this market, we might run right back up and you'd have a gain down here and just lose it all. So we don't want to hang around in this trade a while. Usually I think it's best to put it on one day, take it off the next. Once in a while, 2 days, but that would be it. I'd never, for instance, put this trade on a Friday because you're going to lose 2 days right off the bat. But putting it on a Monday to get out, hopefully at the latest by Wednesday, is fine, or even better if you could get out on Tuesday. So I wanted to show this to you because I think it's very, very useful in this environment. This is August. We could have a lot of big moves. There's a lot of cross currents going in the market over whether we're getting this rate cut or not in September. And if they come out and say, hey, we're going to do that, I think the market will rocket up and you could benefit if you had this trade on. So this is the type of thing I teach every day over at aramer.com. If you look in my description of the video, you can see how to get with me over there. I'm also going to be including this in an upcoming course that'll probably be released by the end of the month on different types of what I call speculatory trades or special situation trades. So I'll have things like back ratios, directional flies, etc. That'll all be in an upcoming course. But it's also something I teach every day over at aramer.com. Check out the links in the description. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. I appreciate your attention, folks. This channel just keeps growing. I appreciate that. Please tell your friends. I hope you're getting value out of the option education you get here. If you want more in-depth education, the information is there in the description. And I will talk with you guys next week. Have a great week of trading. Bye-bye.